Recovery week done. And boy, do my legs feel a lot better as a result of doing the recovery week. Still wasn't that easy. Ran over 50 kilometers. I think total was around 51 kilometers, and climbed about 1,300 meters. But put that into relation to, say, a build week where I was doing on average over 3,000 meters. So in the first 4 weeks of UTMB training, I did over 10,000 meters of climbing, which is equivalent to the race route, which is quite a nice little stat, and means that for the next build block I'll be trying to get a bit more elevation. Overall, the training stress score was quite a bit lower as well, in the mid 300s, whereas I'd been up in the 500s for build weeks, and that was partly due to the lower running volume, but also down to only one strength and conditioning session rather than two, and also less sessions on the bike as well. So overall it was a lot easier week. Looking at this recovery week in a little bit more detail, Monday started with the Weights Fest walk, as I had been doing for the previous 3 weeks, and then there was a rest day. I then did an interval session, so it wasn't completely easy, but I did an interval session, but the duration of the intervals was significantly lower, so I did only 10 minutes of hard running in the middle of the week. On the Saturday I did a second interval session, and that was only 4 by 3 minutes with 3 minutes rest. But I did that at the same location where I did my first interval sessions, where I did 3-minute intervals as well, and it was quite interesting comparing the times, and the good news was I was faster. I also did a very easy uphill session, so not hill repeats, but one longer, slower effort. Total run time was about 30 minutes, so a lot less, and that was just to keep the uphill in the legs and get a bit of elevation. And then on to Sunday's run, and that was something slightly different, where I was running a math test essentially. I'll put a link to some more details down below the video for those interested, but essentially I'll do that probably every second build block, maybe every build block, but it's just a tester of fitness, and it's a run that I can replicate running at a set heart rate, which is 180 minus your age, for a set duration, hopefully always on the same route. And by doing that every few weeks, I can track if I'm getting any faster for that set heart rate. So it's quite a controlled test, as much as you can whilst running outside, and it lets me know if it's time to switch up the training, add in new training stimulus, or whether I'm still getting benefits, or even if I'm getting overtired. So if at the end of a recovery week I do that test and I'm worse than the previous weeks, then that's a good indication that maybe I need to have more recovery built into the plan. So that's a really useful run to incorporate in your training. I hope your training is going well. I'd love to hear how it's getting on. Leave a comment down below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel so you just don't miss out on any future content. I'm not going to try and run down this hill without tripping over any rocks.